Hi, Cancer. This reading is for anyone who identifies as or finds themselves very interested in a Cancerian energy at this time, meaning July 2019, moving into and moving through July 2019. Of course, time being fluid, as always, as is its nature. This might be resonating with the end of June for some of you. It might flow into August for others. I missed doing a reading for you in June, in the month of June. We are in the month of June as I'm doing this July reading for you, but I missed doing one for you sooner in June. So I actually want to do 3 readings for you today, Cancerians, because first of all, happy birthday. And because I missed that reading for you last month, so, or this past month. So we're doing a general reading right now. A slightly shortened Celtic cross is what I'm allowing to fall out for us now, Cancers. And then we will move into a reading that is more specifically about your love life, and then one that is more specifically about your career. So this first one will just be whatever wants to come through. We've got the Page of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, slow, steady progress and a loving offer showing up. And then we've got the Fool crowning us, and the 9 of Wands is in the, or the 9 of Coins, I'm sorry, the 9 of Earth. 9 of Pentacles is in the root of the situation. The Tower in the recent past. The 10 of Cups in the near future. And it's the 10 of Pentacles, I'm sorry. That's very strange, actually. The Ace of Wands in the root of the situation. Or, I'm sorry, in your inner world. Okay, so this very quickly turned into a full Celtic cross, Cancers. It just wanted to fall out that way. So for the general reading, yeah, that makes sense. It's your birthday. For the general reading, we will do a full Celtic cross. See if any of those turn up for us again. You've got the Hangman in your outer world. Okay. So maybe some Piscean energy, maybe some Aries, Scorpio energy. Definitely a lot of your own energy, Cancers, showing up for us. Ultimately, you're headed toward the Page of Swords. I got that for you while shuffling and meditating with the deck before recording. I also got this page, or I'm sorry, this 5 of Earth for us already when shuffling and meditating with the deck, Cancers. Okay, so we're 3 minutes in. Let's get started with your general, and then we'll move to love, and then we'll move to career. I really did miss doing a reading for y'all last month, or this past month, so I'm excited to do 3 readings for you in this one session, this one recording, truly. Okay, so it looks like in the recent past, you've either had a breakthrough or a falling out of sorts with certain energies in your life, people, a specific person, or just certain ways of being that aren't anymore. This Tower shows that you built something for yourself that then you realized was not really for you, or at least it wasn't for you anymore, right? And now that things have fallen apart, or there's been some sort of a breakthrough, right? Now someone, maybe you, Cancers, is offering emotion to that very situation. Someone's coming into your situation where things had fallen apart and they're making a love offer to you, or it's you offering to that situation your love, your poetry. Give me 1 second. So whether it was something falling apart or a breakthrough or something that you would consider being both of those things, it's a new beginning. When your ego is quiet, when the fear that comes with everything having just fallen apart and people maybe having fallen away from you, or the fear that comes with this breakthrough subsides, when your ego is quiet, when that fearful egoic energy is quiet, you know that this is your brand new beginning. This is your brand new start, Cancerians. and or there is an Aries on your mind and in your heart during July 2019, your birthday season. Happy, happy, happy birthday. It looks like you're receiving a very loving offer, maybe timid, maybe shy. Again, this card always feels poetic, maybe dreamy, a dreamy sort of offer, maybe specifically from a Pisces, or maybe you listening to your own subconscious and dreams, to some Piscean part of yourself, perhaps, right? But that's what's covering you. That was the first card out, and it's one of 2 pages. So we do have 1111 on the table, actually, if you think of the pages showing up that way. So it's okay. A lot of you have a loving message to deliver. A lot of you are receiving loving messages. For those of you who are receiving loving messages at this time, ultimately what we're headed toward at the end of July is you realizing that the message that you have in response back to that person, back to that loving offering, is very honest and is a little immature. Your response is very honest and a little immature. For a lot of you, I'm sensing that the reason I'm saying very honest is because your response to that loving offer is not to accept it. And it's just so difficult to word that response. It's so difficult for you to think that through, let alone deliver that message of really rejection. Ultimately, at the end of July, you're going to say, those of you who are receiving loving, timid, dreamy offers at this time, from external energies outside yourself, that, like I said, this is ultimately your response right here. Your response is difficult for you to deliver. It's difficult for you to own. It is very honest. It is true, but it's a truth that you have to carry and you have to deliver, Cancers, that we have to deliver. And it's hard, I think, because you're you know, afraid you're going to hurt somebody when you do. But your advice is to be very diplomatic in your dealings this month, to be very reserved in your emotional expression, to be, yes, an extremely emotional being and be in touch with that, but to remember that you are cardinal water and that you absolutely have an easier time than others in the task of mastering your emotions, and, like I said, being reserved and diplomatic in how you communicate them and deliver them then to other people. So you know whether or not you're going to accept this offer of love, if it's one that you're receiving. If it's one that you're giving, well, if it's one that you're receiving, let's go back to that. If it's one that you're receiving, just don't be too harsh with this other person. I mean, it's going to come out, your honesty is going to come out harsh and immature because you've never exactly delivered this type of message to this type of person at this place in your life before. So again, the advice is to be diplomatic. But if it's an offer that you are actually giving rather than receiving, then just know that this is going to be a slow progress relationship, a slow progress project. Maybe it's not necessarily to one other romantic interest of yours, but it could be, you know, a loving offer that you're making to, you know, a group of people at large as you creatively express and share your healing or inspiring work with others. You're advised, and in that case, you know, you are advised to allow the artist in you to come out, to very much be this mature, emotionally expressive artist that the King of Cups can often represent. And your response from this other person that you're making a loving offering to, or to this audience, these other people that you're making a loving offering to, a creative expression to, maybe the response that you get from them will be akin to the one that I described that you may be giving to someone else, right? This could be you being honest with someone else, or this could be, you know, critics, fans, this other person, a potential lover, love interest, giving you a message or response back that is very honest, but it may seem harsh, it may seem immature, it may seem like they're stepping on feelings, when really, like, they're just trying to deliver their honest truth to you, or the criticism that you need to hear, maybe depending on your situation. They're just trying to deliver the truth to you as best they can, to give you back the gift of an honest message like the one that you've delivered from your heart. And it may come off sounding, yeah, very immature, very underdeveloped. So take from it what you can. Don't let that rule or control you, right, Cancers? You know, the idea of an artist may seem like, because artists are supposed to be so creatively expressive and so emotional, and they are often known for creating great works when they're able to draw from their deepest, even darkest, heaviest, most intense emotions, right? Though that is the stigma, the image that's placed on the word artist, truth be told, a truly developed, a truly professional artist, someone who's a very learned, educated artist who has practiced their craft over many, many, many moons, would learn that part of the job is to come back out of those emotions, right? A story that you hear in connection with the study of acting often is of Marlon Brando. He was in a streetcar named Desire, and then someone called Cut, and he did not come out of character. And as his character in A Streetcar Named Desire, I can't think of the character's name off the top of my head right this second for some reason, but Marlon Brando's character, he was still in it. He was still in character, and he punched somebody who was a crew worker and apologized thereafter, and it was addressed. It was talked about, and he admitted, like, I wasn't doing my job that day. You know, part of your job as an actor, as a creative, expressive artist of any kind, part of your job is to come back out of that state. He got lost in the character, and he probably delivered an amazing, brilliant performance in that scene on that day, right? But the other half of his job, and he even acknowledged it, was to come back out of character. So that is all to say that, like, a very developed, mature, professional artist, yes, would be able to, creatively express and have their emotions intimately, intricately intertwined with that which they are working on, right? Yes. But the other half of it is this ability to be diplomatic, this ability to be reserved. And maybe, you're not a musician or an actress, but perhaps we're talking about being a counselor or a therapist, something more of that nature. But that is still an art form. It's a healing art form. And that's what I see here, a healer, an artist. And this is your advice. Lean into, especially if you have dreams about being a healer or artist or both, lean into those inclinations during the month of July. The multiverse, the powers that be, the planets' placements will aid you in pursuing those dreams. Listen to your dreams, Cancers, during your season, during the month of July. Absolutely. That's the other thing I see here. I see possibly you making a loving offering towards someone else, possibly someone making one towards you, knowing either way that it's going to be slow progress. But also I see you making a loving offering toward yourself, toward your own dreams, by listening to your dreams, having a new beginning, by listening to your deepest desires, your unconscious, your subconscious goals and dreams, wishes. You've achieved a state of independence in some sense. I'm not sure that it's fiscal, that it's financial, but it is material. It is very real and tangible, in a sense. For most of us Cancers, we are feeling independent. A lot of Cancers have in the root of the situation achieved financial independence and are finding gratitude for that, or are reconnecting with the gratitude they have for that. But also a lot of us just have been seeking this financial independence, Cancers, in the root of the situation. So some of you have achieved it, some of you are seeking it still. Either way, whether it's just been a belief and a mindset or an actual physical reality for you in the near future, you're building on that. you're seeing a raise, a new job, a windfall of money, something material is coming in. Perhaps a new home if you've been looking to move, but that's just specific for some. Everybody is seeing an increase in wealth and therefore health, Cancers, in the near future. Something you've been moving slowly and steadily toward moving in with a partner for some, securing a relationship for others, securing, like, as I said, a job, a status for a lot of you. Okay. But you feel inspired. You feel inspired, very passionate about that which you are pursuing. If it's a person, you have a very intense sexual attraction to them. If it's a job, a state of being, again, a way of life, a type of life you want to lead, an amount of money you want to make, a type of home you want to run, whatever it is, you're feeling inspired to create that. In your season, Cancers, in the month of July 2019, you're feeling very passionate about that project that you're working on that has your focus. But it's just an inspiration. It's just a seed. It needs to be watered. You have to follow that inspiration. You have to nurture that inspiration, right? You have to grow that inspiration. You have to believe in it. But it's there, and that is what's driving you. You feel so intensely, so passionately about the person or the future version of yourself that you are working toward. A fire has been lit within you. And I really think that it's been, for a lot of you, it's been just recently, in the recent past, when this tower struck, when things fall away, you do see a breakthrough. This is a breakthrough. Just for a lot of you, it may have been a painful breakthrough in the recent past, where you had to lose a lot of things to uncover the truth that was beneath all of those false foundations. But for others, it was simply the breakthrough itself. Either way, I think that breakthrough, that truth that came through, was was something you could grab a hold of, and you did. You grabbed a hold of it and said, you know what, that truth is my truth. That reality is the reality that I am living in. That's what I want. That's what I'm passionate about. I want to either be with that person, or I want to become some person, some future version of yourself that you then could envision. I want to live blank life. And you're very passionate about it. You're very inspired toward it. It's just that, you're in between states of being. I keep going back to that. Your state of being. You're in between states of being. You're headed toward this wealth and this health, this raise, so to speak. Maybe a literal raise for some, but a raise in vibration, a raise in status, a raise in financial wealth for others. You're headed toward it, but you're still between this and that. And I think, you're going to be there for a little while. I mean, maybe throughout the month of July 2019, be prepared to remain in between. But this figure here, this hangman, I mean, he may seem, this is what I always say about the hangman card, may seem martyred, right? He certainly is making a sacrifice, but he's actually serene and at peace, very comfortable there with his new perspective. It's just that you're in between things falling apart and everything coming together. And that's really what I see here. You being in between false foundations, false people, false ways of life falling away, dismissing themselves from your life, exiting from your current, state and place of being, Cancers. You're in between that ending that may have been shocking. Like I said, some truth came out. It may have been a rude awakening for some. For others, it may have been, just this enlightening breakthrough. But this truth has come out, and you're in between what that ended for you and this beautiful future that's coming, this healthy, wealthy state that is on its way. It's all about you seeking financial independence, and it's, I think, all about you coming out of this state of lack and lies. You have been in a lack mentality. You have been feeling like you did not have enough, like you needed more. and you are acquiring it for yourself. This is your fresh new beginning that you are experiencing. It's just that it's moving slowly and steadily, assuredly, certainly, toward this Ten of Pentacles picture here, toward this wealth and health that is now welcome to come in because you have room for it, you have space for it now. But it's about achieving financial independence. It's about ridding yourself of a lack mindset, a lack mind state. It's about listening to your dreams. It's about, at this time, acknowledging that you are no longer in a state of lack. This is a new beginning. For a lot of us Cancers, it's about looking to the divine for assistance as we attempt to genuinely enjoy this new perspective in between projects, in between endings and beginnings. Some of you are feeling, you're vibing with a starving artist type of energy. You very much want to be the artist that you are, but you feel like it is linked to being impoverished or without or lacking to some extent at least. And there's someone else around you who is encouraging that belief that if you want to follow your dreams and if you want to really be an artist or a healer, you want to do something that is in those realms of action, healing and creating, something feminine like that, right? That it's going to mean going without certain nice things, certain amounts of money, right, Cancers? Now, not for all of you, but for a lot of you, that's the case, is you connect those two things, being a spiritualist or being a healer or being an artist, and being without income, resources, funds, a savings account. You're connecting those things. And you're around someone else who's encouraging that idea. They believe that too. I think they believe that even more certainly than you do. They're sure that that is the case. And don't allow that person to influence you, Cancers, whomever that may be, because you actually are, you can feel it coming. You know that this truth you've just realized, this breakthrough you've just had, these false people or energies that have just fallen away, you know that that is synonymous with your new beginning. You know that you are in this dawn after the dark. You know that you can enjoy this in-between space because you know this wealth and this health is coming. You can feel it. And that's it. There's no proof. There's no sign. There's no letter in the mail. There's no idea that's occurring to you at this moment. It's a feeling. It's a passion. It's a pulse. It's blood. It's your heart. It is just a watery, emotional feeling. You can feel it coming, and so you don't need to trust anything other than that. You don't need to believe this other person that, oh, if we walk this path, or these other people that influence you, oh, if we walk this path, it's going to mean going without. You don't have to buy that. You can feel that it's not true. You know it's not true. You can feel it. It's just that it's just your feelings. I can't offer you anything concrete. I can tell you that I know you can feel it. And that's where we're stuck. That's where we're halted. It's just that some of you are having trouble trusting that. But it's your season. It's Cancer season 2019. I mean, if ever there was a time to go ahead and trust in that feeling, do so now, because that's what you're advised to do. That's what you're advised to do. It doesn't mean that you have to share those feelings with everybody or this other person. It just means that you know that this is a matter of heart over head, emotion over logic. You can feel that this Ten of Pentacles, this wealth and health, is right around the corner, on its way. It is a new beginning. It may be a shocking new beginning. Like I said, maybe some of you had to lose some people, some places, some energies, some patterns, some habits that you thought would always be part of you, that you defined yourself by even. But it may be shocking, but the reality is underneath of it. The truth of who you are, what you want, is beneath what has fallen away. And if you just listen to your own heart and your own feelings, I think you feel great about that. I think you feel more than okay about that, Cancers. It's just a matter of taking that doubt and that worry and that fear and that anxiety and that tendency to expect the worst to be heading towards you when you really have new opportunities for love and happiness all around you, taking it and as I said in our lunar pool yesterday, offering it up to the divine. To your ancestors, to your angels, to Source, to Gaia, to whatever anchors you beyond the veil. Offer that doubt and that fear up to it. Offer that tendency to trust what your friend says over your own feelings. Offer that bad habit of yours up to the angels to take from you. And I think that this person is also skeptical of that. That's those spiritualist beliefs and ways of being and leaning on, spiritual strength really for things. I think this person even criticizes that or certainly ignores that path. By the end of July, somehow, Cancers, this all connects back to the fact that you have a truth to deliver. You have a very honest message to deliver to someone. I think this truth that you're carrying through and to the end of July is the one that you realized in the recent past, sometime in June here, Cancers. Sometime in June here, Cancers. You've realized this truth and it has been a breakthrough in your life, and now you need to deliver that same truth to others, to other people, to other energies in your life. I think that's what we are heading towards, what we're getting at here. You're just not sure how to deliver that truth yet. It is going to come off sounding immature, maybe even harsh, underdeveloped to some people, Cancers. It really is. But express through your heart, not your mind. Worry more about what you are showing or saying or expressing, how it feels to them and to you. Worry about that more than how it is decorated, rather than worrying about your precise word choice necessarily, rather than worrying about the logistics of how you deliver your message. Lean more into the way it feels. When does it feel right to deliver it? How does it feel when you hear those words? And imagine empathetically as if that you might be the one receiving them. So I think that's all that we're going to let come through for this general reading. A lot of Pisces, Aries, Scorpio energy on the table, though, for this first reading, Cancers. I hope the needed insight was able to reach you there. And with that, we are going to move right on to your love reading. There may have been a split. I already see the Two of Cups reversed. That may have been the Tower that we see in the recent past. You may have had to let someone go, or vice versa. Perhaps it wasn't something that you would even define in those terms. Maybe it just didn't work out. Probably something that a lot of Cancers for a long time thought was going to. You probably didn't see this person or the situation completely clearly, but you've had a lot of communication recently, and you know now that where you stand is that the two of you just can't move forward the way you have been. You at least need a separation for a time. But that's just for some that wanted to come through out of the Radiant Rider-Waite. Let's use the Deviant Moon Tarot to pull a few cards for your love lives, Cancers, for the month of July 2019. Cancerians, in July 2019, someone is juggling, Cancers. someone is juggling in the month of July, Cancerians. Someone juggling you, or are you juggling someone and someone else? If there's no juggling, if there's no third party, then there's certainly some distractions, right? That's along the same lines. It's on the same spectrum. Someone's distracted. Maybe it is because they're juggling you and someone else. Maybe they're just juggling you and work, or you're juggling someone and work, Cancerians. Ten of Cups reversed, Five of Rods or Wands or Fire reversed, okay? King of Wands upright. So, like I said, someone's distracted, maybe because they're juggling two people, but they're certainly juggling two energies. So if it's not two different partners, then it's like work and a partner. Someone's juggling, someone's distracted, and by the second week-ish of July, I see that someone is completely, unsatisfied emotionally because of that, Cancers. So beware of that if you're the partner, if you're a partner who, is distracted by work or maybe another love interest, just beware of the fact that someone is emotionally unsatisfied here. As we're moving through July. Now, there is a peace reached. It's as if the ego drama, any sort of petty fights that you may be having with a partner or a potential partner do subside, and there's a peace. But beneath that peace, someone is very emotionally unsatisfied, very unhappy. Possibly because someone is a wolf in sheep's clothing here. When I see the Ten of Cups reversed, possibly because, okay, if you see ego drama subside with a partner, Cancers, and you're not the one who's been juggling this and that, them and someone else, then it could be that they've been juggling you and someone else, and what you see is, that they don't feel like the two of you have shared emotional fulfillment, or that's the reason why you don't feel that the two of you have shared emotional fulfillment. So even though there's a peace reached, like I said, the ego drama, the petty fights may subside, someone beneath the surface is still unhappy and maybe distracted with another person. But if not, like I said, it can be work. If I say that someone's distracted, someone's juggling, and you immediately know, yeah, we're both juggling, us and work, then that's what it is, If you already know there's a third party, then that's what's showing up, though, of course. Someone here, some Cancers, you're dealing with an energy, maybe Leo, Sag, or Aries. Aries specifically showing up again in your second reading here, your love reading. Some Cancers, you may be dealing with someone who is juggling you and someone else and is not emotionally satisfied or fulfilled with you because you don't have other suitors for them to compete against. I know that sounds crazy. It sounds very silly to me. But it's just what's coming through. Regardless of the reason why, someone in your related to your love life situation has been extremely distracted from the potential relationship or relationship itself, Cancer. So maybe that is you. But it could be who you're dealing with. Someone's extremely distracted, and it results in or is connected to the fact that there's no shared emotional fulfillment. There's no shared joy. There's a peace. Everything is settled. Everything is calm. There's a lack of ego drama, but there's no satisfaction. There's no shared emotion. And it's because someone's distracted, whether it's by a person or work. And for a lot of you, it may be work, because I see that somebody in the situation is possibly an entrepreneur. Again, this could be you, this could be who you're dealing with. It also could just be representing Aries, Sag, or Leo. Specifically, I said Aries because I also have the Emperor card coming through for us as we approach the end of the month. The Chariot card shows up for us as a clarifier on the King of Wands, and then the King of Wands in reverse shows up as a clarifier on the Emperor. Queen of Wands, also wanting to be reversed, is on the bottom of the deck. Below that, we have the Six of Cups, or I'm sorry, the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Earth, someone giving to two different people here. And a karmic justice being found below that. Another 5. The 5 of Swords is below that. So there is a new love opportunity, or a new opportunity to share openly in a loving way with others in general, multiple people, maybe not just one. And then the Queen of Wands below that in reverse, and then the Page of Cups, which was in your first reading, below that. Okay, Cancer. So moving through July, you are going to be feeling very social, or your partner, or the person you're interested in. Someone's feeling very social. Someone may also be looking like a family type of man to you. Someone who's does really well with kids. In any case, you're wanting to move forward through and with these energies. You're wanting to perhaps, again, travel could be showing up in the month of July 2019. That makes sense. People vacationing. Or this could be your energy, you feeling very much like yourself again, in your own skin, like we said in the first reading, in touch with your dreams. Yeah, I think for a lot of you Cancers, you're the one feeling social, you're the one traveling, you're the one being an entrepreneur during the month of July 2019 in some sense. Maybe it's you who's being the family man or woman, doing really well with the kids that you're around. But whether it's an entrepreneurial project, or not, you're moving ahead confidently with a youthful energy, relentlessly moving ahead, Cancers. And I think it might be entrepreneurial pursuits that are showing up, even though this is your love reading, because I have the King of Wands twice, and because that can be part of what's showing up in your love reading as far as what you're juggling with your partner. So like I said, some of you Cancers are juggling work and a partner. Some of you have a partner or a potential partner who's juggling love and work, or maybe it's both of you. Yeah, definitely you just have a lot on your plate this summer. But with the Chariot card, with your card, Cancer, showing up as the clarifier on this King of Wands, for a lot of you, it's you who are doing really well with the children you're spending time with, maybe your own, or maybe you're just ready for a family. You're being this family man that we see here, or you're, a good match for one because you're the feminine counterpart to that, perhaps. ultimately, by the end of July, Cancerians, if you have been pursuing a divine masculine counterpart in terms of your love life, your romantic love life, or trying to embody this divine masculine energy in order to really partner a divine feminine, that is coming to fruition for us by the end of July 2019, Cancers. You are either ready to embody this divine masculine energy, or you're ready to partner it. You're meeting him, you're finding him, you're realizing who he is, perhaps. If you've been dealing with a Leo, Sag, or Aries, I don't think it's that person. But see, it's split, because then for other Cancers, you are relentlessly moving toward making something work with a fire sign, Leo, Sag, or Aries. So it's going to be split, really, for all of us. But for those of us who are making things work with a fire sign throughout the month of July 2019, Cancers, I see, like, moving into the second half of the month that you're doing a lot of, one or both of you is doing a lot of travel and a lot of family time and or socializing of other types. But then by that last week of July, maybe moving into August, you really have to, like, give the socializing a break so that you can spend time with that divine masculine, or so that you can, you know, embody again the energy of the divine masculine that you want to be for a feminine counterpart. Either way, there's an opportunity for love and happiness here. So I really feel pulled to advise you to drift through, wade easily through that second week of July, Cancers. I know we have some eclipses coming up, right? We've got a lunar and a solar eclipse both coming up in July 2019. I can't believe I didn't touch on that in the general, but it's coming through now. And that's on the 2nd. One of them, I think, is on the 2nd of July, right? So those energies may be very likely will be very intense and powerful and really rock a lot of us, Cancers. So let's just very easily tiptoe through, wade through that second week of July, where even though things are peaceful and even though petty ego drama has subsided, you can sense that you and or your partner or potential partner is not, or, you know, are not feeling emotionally satisfied. Let's just wade through that week. Okay, give it a week. Give it a week. Wade through it, because the divine masculine energy coming through in the second half of July here for us in terms of your love life is indisputable. I mean, it's very potent. It's very blatant. It's very loud. There may be a couple divine masculines you have to choose from at the end of July 2019, Cancers. It may be that there can't be two strong masculine energies in this romantic entanglement, that one of you has to pull back on your masculine energy to some extent. Or maybe both of you, because I see a contradiction between the two of you wanting to both be entrepreneurs, wanting to both be social, intense, vibrant, influential energies, very active in your work life, but also being soulmate energies for one another. You're just left in a space where you almost can't match each other's energy, because both of you are expending so much energy outward to your businesses, to your business pursuits of sorts. And it is you following your dreams, and it is you following your intuition's inclination that July 2019 is a great time for you to open up and share in a loving way with lots of people. That also means it's a great time for you to open up and share with one another, within the couple, the two of you, the partnership or the potential partnership. So that's just what Cancer season is, and that's just what July 2019 is. It's a great time for you to share with lots of people, and it's a great time for you to share with each other. So if you're not choosing between two divine masculines, then you may be choosing between your business and spending time on your partnership and your relationship, and trying to balance that out. So with the eclipses and it being a good month to share your energy with everyone, in terms of your love life, like I said, really tiptoe through that second week and just sort of give it a minute, give it a break, give it some slack, wait and see what happens. I'm not saying to put up with any type of disrespect, or to stay in a situation that is fruitless for you. Absolutely not. You know, be happy, be enjoying, be in love, be celebrating, be with friends, and let those friends let you know if you're not in something that you should be in. Let them weigh in if you don't seem healthy or happy in terms of your romantic partnership. But beyond that, you know, beyond someone mistreating you, right? If you're just dealing with miscommunications, a lack of time spent with one another, misunderstandings, hurt feelings, then definitely I'd say, you know, you are moving toward a calmer emotional and mental state as you move through the rest of July. So just sort of wade through the rough week that you may see coming at the beginning, middle of July. Just wade through that rough week, drift through it, coast through it. What a good time to go ahead and lean into focusing on your business, your entrepreneurial pursuits instead, if that's where a lot of your heart and mind is, if that's part of the distraction to begin with. Okay, very quickly, let us pull a few cards in a third reading for Cancer, right? Let's do one that is more specifically focused on your career. I think very much on your career. There's the King of Wands showing up again. I think there are a lot of you who are wanting to become entrepreneurs or already dealing in entrepreneurial pursuits, and I think very much so that your love life and your career life are mixed up in the month of July 2019, as they always are, aren't they, Cancers? They always are. But I think that's really relevant in these two readings. Of course it is, because I want to separate them. I want to look at general love and then career. So of course it's all tangled up. It's inseparable, really. But we'll focus more on the career and money matters now. Wish is coming true in July 2019. Focusing on self-love, on what you need in terms of mind, body, and spirit, which also includes your emotional body, Cancers, and seeing wishes coming true at the same time, maybe in connection with showing yourself love, maybe as a result, but certainly feeling emotionally satisfied on your own. Wow. And there's the Star card. Wishes coming true, the divine replenishing us in the month of July, Cancers. The Sun card is reversed, though. Some may be dealing with a Leo in terms of their career who is unhelpful, missing from the picture, unfortunately. Okay, so there's someone in your home life, Cancers, in the month of July, I think, who is jealous of your wishes coming true, your dreams coming true. You know, we have both wish fulfillment cards showing up immediately. The Nine of Cups and the Star card. So not only are you making your wishes come true, but the divine, whether you remember consciously asking them for help or not, is also aiding you. A lot of you may need to pay attention to your astrology. As I said, we're in a Mercury retrograde period, or we're in the shadow, the pre-shadow period right now, Mercury retrograde. We're headed toward a lunar and solar eclipse this month, and it's your season. So a lot of you may want to check in with your astrology. If you have been tempted, especially if you've been tempted to look more into your astrology, then definitely follow that inclination. I see an inspiration to be a creator here on the bottom of the deck. The Ace of Fire, the Ace of Wands, a spiritual inspiration being birthed into the world. And here's the mother who births it. Here's the creator who actually births this inspiration into the world. So I think that that's what you're doing, and that's who you're becoming. I think it's something that a story you've been inspired to write, a song you've been inspired to sing, or some creative work of art, something you've been inspired to create is finally being birthed into the world. And yeah, somebody in your home and or family life is jealous of that, Cancers. So the divine is aiding you. You're being replenished. These wishes are coming true. These dreams are coming true. This creation is coming to life. You are becoming the creator that you've wanted to be. And I really think you almost don't even notice, Cancers, because you're focused on the project. You're focused on the inspiration. You're focused on the wish, on the dream. And then you look up into the mirror and realize, like, wow, I'm the person who made that come true. And it's true. I think you're a co-creator in this instance. I think the divine is absolutely helping us right along. So for those who have been trying to manifest, those who have been doing spell work, those who have been trying to call in a wish, a dream, certainly maybe an entrepreneurial pursuit for some, but definitely in order to be a creator, in order to put a creation into the world that you're proud to leave here with it, you're seeing results. You're seeing these things come to fruition. You're seeing action. You're seeing a response, an answer to those prayers. You're getting an answer. You're seeing the realization of that of that which it is that you've been dreaming of for a very long time, Cancers. And it's no surprise that when we reach that space that people around us are going to be jealous. And or some of you are also simultaneously unhappy about something else in the month of July, as is human nature. Some of you are missing someone. Like I said, it might be a Leo, or just really hyper focused on the fact that your home and or family life is not as secure, stable, happy, comfortable as you would like it to be, Cancers. And that makes sense. That's a Cancerian trait to desire those things, and it is a Cancerian time. It's Cancer season. For others, this is also saying that pre-Leo season, you're dealing with that uncomfortableness in the home, and that perhaps once you move into Leo season, or even, once you get into August, that won't be the case anymore, that you can begin to address that instability. So just as we said in the love reading, in terms of how your career and finances are directly affecting the stability and security of your home, just as we said that with that love reading, you want to maybe wade through a couple weeks here. There's a couple weeks, right? In the love reading, we said at the beginning, middle of June, give your lover or potential partner some leeway, give the relationship some slack, let it just kind of coast for a week before you make any major decisions. Now in the career financial sector, I want you to do the same thing at the end of July, moving into the end of July. We want to give it a couple weeks where you might not be entirely happy about the wishes that are coming true, or you might not be focused on the wishes that are coming true because you're focused on something that's missing from the picture, the stability in the home not being completely there. Let that coast for just a couple of weeks, because I think once you're more into Leo season, you can actually have the space and the resources to address that instability and insecurity in the home. Try to enjoy through the month of July 2019 that the wishes are coming true, that the divine is answering you, that they are with you, that they hear you. I mean, guys, there's no question in my mind. You've got both the wish cards and then the Ace of Wands and the Empress beneath that. I mean, Cancers, your dreams and wishes are coming true in your season. I know that's going to be frustrating for some to hear, but give it through July, because what I'm sensing coming through, it's like when you hit the lottery, right? If you're playing the slot machines and you pull that and you instantly win that money, or you scratch off a ticket and you win that money, or however a windfall may come through, or however success may surface in your particular story, Cancers, however that prayer being answered comes through, the moment you scratch the ticket, or the moment you pull the slot machine and realize, oh, I just became a millionaire, let's say, in that exact moment, your bills are not paid. The creditors have not been called back. The student loans have not been paid. The house is not paid off. The car is not paid off. The bills are still coming in. In fact, the interest is still racking up, right? Your problems are solved. Here are the answers to your prayers. But it takes a second for those answers to compute physically into this material world and this material financial society that we have here, right? So the divine is with you. The prayers are answered. The ticket is scratched, but the money hasn't hit your bank account yet, is basically it.